Tonight, we'll see whether Eric Good, back for the 12th week, will decide whether to trust his wife, Helena, and raise his winnings to $63,600.
Well, we have a surprise tonight, Charlie. Our guests will include the world-famous trumpet player, Harry James, and his wife, the lovely movie star, Betty Grable.
Betty Grable? Yeah, well,
I know how you feel.
I'll talk to her.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, Harry can just blow.
All right.
Do you trust your wife? Brought to you by L&M. Get full, exciting flavor through the Miracle Tip. Live modern. Smoke L&M. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, the husband, by knowing whether to trust his wife, can possibly retire for life. Yes, our trust fund question pays $100 a week every week for an entire year. And the trust fund winner may return and keep winning an additional year's income until he is defeated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the star of our show, Edgar Bergen, with Mortimer Snurd. Edgar and Mortimer, first we have an attractive young couple from Los Angeles, Roger and Patty Desautels.
Oh. Hello, Roger and Patty, yes. And welcome to the show. Well, how long have you and Roger been married, Patty?
Well, we've been married going on, let's see, 9.5 years now.
9.5 years.
5 children in that amount of time.
5 children?
Starting with 8 on down to 10 months.
I see. And Roger, what kind of a job do you have?
Well, I'm a printing salesman, Edgar, but my real first love is archaeology.
Mm-hmm.
I work with the Archaeological Research Associates and at the University of Southern California here in town.
Uh-huh. Isn't that interesting?
I imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you heard him.
I heard him, yeah, but it didn't get through.
Oh, I see. He's an archaeologist.
Oh, yeah. I see. Well, I guess none of us are perfect.
Well, now, wait a minute here now. Now, he's concerned with archaeology. Do you understand?
You mean, well, oh, I see. Oh. Have you tried penicillin?
That has nothing... No. Roger, just what is the nature of your work?
Archaeology, Mortimer, is the study of the past civilizations and people who are out of existence. We do this by digging up the remains of these people.
Uh-huh.
Just here locally, we are interested in digging up the Indians and Indian cultures of California.
What is he digging up now?
Well, you know what he said? He said what he was digging up.
Yeah?
You don't know. What? Well, now, what are the people who wear feathers in their hair?
Oh, yeah, chicken pluckers.
No. Well, Patty and Roger, tell us about your married life. What about your wedding? Where were you married?
Well, we were married in San Gabriel Mission. I don't know if you're familiar with
Yes.
out there. It's sort of tourist trade and everything besides marriages. And while I was outside the doors waiting to go in and make my entrance, my garter slipped. And there happened to be a number of tourists around eyeing me and rather laughing about the whole process of it. And so while I was rather embarrassed, but I had to manage to get the garter up again. And the tourists all sort of enjoyed this sort of extra added attraction, I guess.
Well, what was this about this garter? What is that?
Oh, you know, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
No, how does it go?
Wait, it just went.
Oh, it went.
Sure did.
Which way did it go?
Yeah, all right. Well, Roger, how did the wedding go then?
Sort of hectic, Edgar. During the ceremony and while going down the aisle, a second tour came through of sightseers, and they were taking our pictures during the ceremony and looking behind the altar, and even some of them even joined the guests in the pews to enjoy the wedding.
I see.
So that wasn't bad enough. We also had a third group who joined us, who more or less dropped in at the reception.
I know about those sightseeing tours. I was on one on them buses once.
You were?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No, it's okay. You know, the bus always kept stopping, and the driver, he called them rest stop, they called them. Funny name for it. Instead of resting, everybody started to run when they they didn't rest at all, no.
Well, Patty, after that hectic wedding that you had, I'm sure you were glad to get away from that and onto your honeymoon. Where did you go for your honeymoon?
Well, we went up to Lake Arrowhead. We had borrowed a cabin up there from some friends of ours.
Good.
We more or less just started to get acquainted and sort of peacefully relaxing and everything. And about a dozen friends decided to drop in unexpectedly.
More sightseers.
Well, Patty, what do you do while Roger pursues archaeology?
Oh, not much anymore
No.
because of the 5 children. The only thing I do in my spare time when I can find it as a hobby, I try inventing things.
Oh, I see. Well, have you had any success with any inventions?
Well, it's sort of partial success. I have something called a tot toter. It's a modernized version of the Indian squaw board where you wear the baby on your back.
Well, what do you, if you have twins, do you build a double-decker? No.
I thought of that, a sandwich type.
Yeah. I'm working on an invention myself. It's a girdle for my cows. Yeah.
What'll that give you?
Well, I'm hoping for condensed milk. Oh, no.
Well, we've enjoyed talking to you. And now it's time for our quiz. But first, Mortimer, Bill, do you know what L&M cigarettes say?
Well, I didn't know they could talk.
Well, they say live modern. Yeah? Yes. And here's how they prove it.
Free yourself of old-fashioned ideas.
Why don't you live modern? Live modern. Live modern.
Free up. Freshen up your taste.
Smoke an L&M.
Live modern. Smoke modern. Smoke L&M. Enjoy full, exciting flavor through the L&M Miracle Tip. Pure white inside, pure white outside. L&M draws easier. Tastes richer. Smokes cleaner. So freshen up your taste. Change to L&M.
Make today your big red letter day and start to live the modern way. Live modern. Smoke an L&M.
Mr. and Mrs. Desautel's, you can win up to $1,200 in cash tonight on your way to our trust fund question. Your first correct answer is worth $100. Edgar, here are the Desautel's questions.
Thank you. Will you both go to the board, please? Roger, this will show us how much you know about your wife. Roger, what size blouse does your wife wear? Size 32, 34, or 36? And Patty, you write down the actual size blouse you wear.
He wrote 32 and she wrote 32. You now have $100. Your next correct answer will be worth $200.
The subject of your second question is populations of American cities. Do you trust your wife?
I'll trust myself, Edgar.
According to the 1950 census, which city has the larger population? Fort Worth, Texas, or Albany, New York?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas is right. Fort Worth has 279,000. Albany has 135,000.
You now have $300. Your next correct answer will be worth $300.
The subject of your third question is personalities in sports. Do you trust your wife?
I'll trust my wife.
Which game do these three have in common? Lou Boudreau, Gabby Hartnett, and Ernie Lombardi.
Baseball?
Baseball is right.
Edgar, Mr. and Mrs. Desautel have won $600. You may now risk all of it, none of it, or part of it on our board question. But if you lose, what you risk will be deducted from what you already have won. And remember, tonight's top winner competes with our winner from last week for our trust fund question of $100 a week, every week, for an entire year.
And remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Do you wish to select a category?
Well, we'll try the $600 question, Edgar.
Do you trust yourself or do you trust your wife?
I'll trust myself.
Before whom did Jesus appear first after the resurrection?
Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene is right.
And the Desautels have a grand total of $1,200. And here again is Edgar Bergen with Charlie McCarthy. Edgar, our next couple comes from Beverly Hills, California. He is listed as a musician and she is an actress. They are Harry James and Betty Grable.
Betty Grable, this is an event, I must say.
How do you do, Edgar?
Hello indeed. Oh, putty. Charlie. You folks are missing the best part of the show out there. All right. Now, I think we've just had about enough of this. Yeah, all right, easy, Bergen. Yes. Just try and hold your lips still. I will. I'll admit I am a little excited. Charlie, after all, Betty and Harry have, well, they've each been number one in their chosen profession.
Yes, they have.
Yes. And now let's find out something about their private life. Let's peek behind the scenes. Oh, good, yes. I am. All right. Betty, how long have you and Harry been married now?
Well, we were married 13 and a half years ago in Las Vegas.
Is that so?
Uh-huh.
And I know, of course, that you have two lovely children. Harry, how old are they?
Well, Vicky is 12 and Jessie is 9.
Married 13 years, Betty, and 2 children. Well, you know what that means, don't you, dear?
No, what, Charlie?
Well, just simply this, that you can consider our engagement off. How could you pick up this horn tutor instead of me? Oh, Charlie.
Well, Charlie, maybe she just didn't go for a woodwind.
Bob Lamont, we'll take the next couple. No, wait a minute. Well, you asked for that, Charlie. Now, just relax.
Yeah.
Here. Tell us, Betty, I'm sure our audience is interested in finding out, how does a number one box office star get to meet a number one band leader?
Well, it really all started at the Hollywood Canteen during the war.
Ah, yes.
And like a lot of movie people, I used to go down there one night a week and dance with the servicemen.
Yeah.
And Harry's band used to play there on a different night, and I was always crazy about his orchestra, so I had my night switched to his.
Ah, because you liked his music, yeah.
That's right. I was crazy about his band, and I thought his arrangements were terrific.
Yes. Well, I'm sure he felt the same way about yours. All right. Well, Betty, then your romance started when you switched to the night that Harry's band was playing.
Just think, if she hadn't done that, today she might have been Mrs. Lawrence Welp.
Harry, you must have been mighty flattered about Betty's changing to her night to the night that you were on, don't you think? Or weren't you?
Well, to be truthful, this is the first time I heard about it. You didn't tell me about that, sweetheart.
Believe me, Edgar, he never even knew I was there.
Oh.
One night I walked up to the bandstand, and one of his musicians said, "Harry, here's B.G." And he got all excited and said, "Who, Benny Goodman?" And when he saw it was me, I think he was disappointed.
How did you get him interested in you, Betty? Did you take up the clarinet, or how did you manage to
No, I just asked him to drive me home that night.
Good. And did you, Harry?
Yes.
And what happened, Harry?
Nothing. I just drove her home.
And you're a musician? Turn in your union card. All right. Well, Harry, did you start dating after that?
Yes, we had 2 or 3 dates, and then I had to go back to New York City to do an engagement with my band at the Astor Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of weeks later, Betty came to New York, but of course we were on the phone to each other quite often.
Yes, we were on the phone constantly. As a matter of fact, my dad always used to say, "Why don't you tell that piano player to quit calling so much?"
Piano player?
Uh-huh.
He must have thought you were going out with Harry Truman. Well, Betty, when did Harry propose? James, that is, of course, I mean.
Oh, well, he proposed when I sent him the wedding ring.
You sent him a wedding ring?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now there's a first.
Yeah. I sent him the ring and had it inscribed with a little note saying, "If we ever get married, I want you to have one made like this for me."
Yes, I see. And that sort of gave him the idea to propose, Doesn't take a ton of bricks to fall on him. No. Well, what was your reaction to this ring, Harry? Were you surprised?
Well, not really. You see, we had talked about getting married, and at the time I was busy back in New York. Of course, I was all for it.
Well, bully for you. That's like Jack Benny coming out in favor of money. Betty, what kind of a wedding did you have?
Well, we had planned on a little quiet wedding in a little chapel in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. But the word got out, and by the time we got there, there was a whole crowd of people and an MC, and somebody was selling tickets. Yeah. So we hustled over to a hotel and got us quietly a minister.
Uh-huh. Well, it should be easy to find a minister in Vegas.
Yes.
Nearly everybody's praying. I see we got a few losers out here tonight.
Yeah, I think we have, yeah. Well, then the wedding was a pretty mad impromptu affair, wasn't it, Harry?
Well, the minister says to us, he said, you have your choice of ceremonies. Would you like the 3-minute one or the 1.5-minute one? So we took the 1.5-minute deal.
That's all he needed.
Yeah.
He's a trumpet player. He was already puckered.
Yeah. Now let's bring it up to date. Just what are you doing now, Betty?
Well, Harry and I do an occasional TV show, and I do a movie now and then, and Harry still keeps up a limited band appearance for personal appearances and for his record dates.
Conceptual Records.
Capitol Records.
Harry, I know you've started a great number of singers. Will you name a few?
Well, we started Connie Haynes, and Dick Hames, Helen Forrest, Kitty Callan, and of course Frank Sinatra.
Frank? How did you happen to discover Frank?
Well, it was in 1939, and I just started my band. We were playing at the Paramount Theater in New York.
Yeah.
And one night I turned the radio on, and I heard a kid singing over the radio from a place called the Rustic Cabins out in New Jersey. So I went out to see him, and there was Frank. You know, he was even thinner then than he is now.
I saw him last week in Palm Springs, and there was a dog trying to bury him for a bone.
Oh, no. Well, what happened when you got to this rustic cabin place?
Well, I walked in, and Frank was the master of ceremonies. A couple of acts were there, and he sang a couple of songs.
Yeah.
And I liked his singing very much, so I signed him to a year's contract.
Yeah, what did you pay him? Do you remember?
I paid him $75 a week when he could get it. So a few months later, Frank came to me and he said that his wife was expecting a baby, which was their first, and that he had had an offer from Tommy Dorsey for $125 a week that he would get. So he asked me if he could join Tommy's band, and I said, sure, I'd let him out of the contract, and he did. And, you know, I still have about 5 months' contract with Sinatra for $75 a week.
Well, now, that was really quite a story. But to get back to the present, I've been reading a lot about your race horses. How are they doing, you know, the horses, Harry? Are they doing
well? They're doing very well. We have 18 horses in our stable now.
18, Are there any unusual experiences you've had with your racing horses?
Yeah, such as one winning a race.
Oh, that's not a nice thing to say.
Well, I bet on one of his nags once.
How did you know it was a Harry James horse?
Well, he was leading in a stretch, and then he blew it. That was another loser.
Well, how have your horses been doing? Have you had some good showings there with your...
Now, why don't you tell them about the stable,
Betty?
Oh, I'd be glad to. Well, we have been known to have a loser, but in the past few years, the horses have been doing very well, Edgar.
Good.
As a matter of fact, Harry and I were one of the leading owners at the recent Bay Meadows and Golden Gate meeting.
Yeah. Well, that's...
And the nice thing about having a racing stable is that in our married life, it gives us a chance to be together most of the time.
Well, we certainly have enjoyed talking with you, and you surely have found a formula for a successful marriage. Now we're going to have a word on Live Modern from L&M Cigarettes. And I'd like to say, I think they're the best on the market.
Well, then why don't you say it?
Well, I just did.
Well, then you've had it. So stop padding your part.
All right.
A modern miracle happens. The first time you light up an L&M. Through the modern miracle of the pure white miracle tip, L&M draws easier, tastes richer, smokes cleaner. So free up, freshen up your taste. Get more fun out of life, more flavor out of smoking. Enjoy the full, exciting flavor of L&M's rich blend of finest tobaccos through the miracle tip. Live modern. Smoke L&M, America's fastest growing cigarette.
Live modern. Smoke an L&M.
Mr. and Mrs. James, you can win up to $1,200 in cash tonight on your way to our trust fund question. Your first correct answer is worth $100. Edgar, here are the James's questions.
Thank you. Will you both go to the board, please? Harry, we want to see how much you know about your wife. Harry, when do you believe Betty bought her last hat? And Betty, when is the last time you bought a hat?
He wrote 6 months ago, and she wrote today. You missed your first question, so your next correct answer will be worth $100.
The subject of your second question is population of American cities. Do you trust your wife?
I trust my wife.
You do? Oh, all right.
You've played more one-nighters than she has. According to the 1950 census, all right, which city has the larger population, Detroit or Boston?
Detroit.
Detroit is right, yes.
You now have $100. Your next correct answer will be worth $200.
The subject of your third question is personalities in sports. Do you trust your wife?
I'll trust myself.
You got the signal. Which sport do these three have in common? Bobby Murrow, Charlie Dumas, and Harold Conley.
Running, track.
Track. Yeah.
Edgar, Mr. and Mrs. James have won $300. You may now risk all of it, none of it, or part of it on our board question.
Now, do you wish to select a category?
Lakes and rivers.
And do you trust yourself or do you trust your wife?
I'll trust myself.
In what state are the Finger Lakes?
New York.
New York is right.
We worked up there.
And the James have a grand total of $500. And now it's time for our trust fund question. We will place in trust with the world's largest bank, the Bank of America in California, a trust fund, which will pay tonight's winning couple $100 a week for an entire year. Last week, a construction company technician and his wife ran their winning streak to 11 years and $58,400. And here they are, back to try for $100 a week for a 12th year, Eric and Helena Good.
Well, welcome back to the Eric and Helena Good Show. And tonight you're trying for $63,600. Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Mr. Bergen. I can't get it over. I married Eric, and I thought he was very handsome, and now he turned out to be rich and a smart boy.
Oh, don't rub it in. I'd settle for the loser.
Yeah, I know. Well, I see.
Well, quite seriously, Mr. Bergen, we would like to thank everyone connected with the show for this wonderful opportunity. And also, I'd wish there were some possible way to show all my appreciation.
Well, go ahead, dearie. I'm puckered.
All right. Well, you're a fine young couple. Judging from our mail, I'll tell you, you've certainly been very popular winners.
Well, we've gotten quite a few nice letters ourselves, Mr. Bergen. We even got one from a Mrs. Oliver Wilkins in Fort Collins, Colorado. And she hadn't seen me since I was 3 weeks old.
I see.
When my mother first brought me home from the hospital, well, she's the one who used to bathe me every morning.
Is the job still open? I'm available, you know. Boy, am I available.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, now let's get to the trust fund question. Bob Lamont, who are tonight's winners to challenge the Goods?
Well, to compete with the Goods is tonight's winning couple with $1,200, Roger and Patty Desautels. The subject for tonight's trust fund question is United States currency. Edgar, here is that question.
Well, thank you. Well, gentlemen, you've heard the category. There's a lot of money at stake. Now, do you trust yourself or do you trust your wife? I hope you make the right choice. In just a few seconds, our couples will match wits in the big trust fund question. But now, Effie, it's time for a little music and talk about living modern.
Oh, Edgar, that's my favorite subject.
Oh?
Next to men, of course.
Yeah. Well, watch this and you may learn how to get your man.
Ooh.
Why don't you live modern? Smoke an L&M.
Free up. Freshen up your taste. Live modern. Smoke modern. Smoke L&M. Enjoy full, exciting flavor through the L&M Miracle Tip. Pure white inside, pure white outside. L&M draws easier. Tastes richer. Smokes cleaner. So freshen up your taste. Change to L&M.
Make today your big red letter day and start to live the modern way. Live, live, live modern. Smoke an L&M.
Mr. Good, do you trust yourself or do you trust your wife?
I trust myself, Mr. Bergen.
And Mr. de Sautel, do you trust your wife or do you trust yourself?
I'll trust myself, Edgar.
Very well, then will you go to the board, please? You'll have 20 seconds to answer this question. It's worth $100 a week for a year. And the winner can come back and perhaps make enough to retire for life. This may be the most important answer you will ever have to give. You have 20 seconds, so think clearly and write fast. Get your pen ready. Here is the question. The portraits of 9 presidents of the United States appear on our paper currency. When I say go, write down the last names of as many presidents as you can whose portraits appear on our paper money. Their last names only. Are you ready? Go.
And here are the correct answers. Wilson, $100,000. Madison, $5,000. Cleveland, $1,000. McKinley, $500. Grant, $50. Jackson, $20. Lincoln, $5. Jefferson, $2. And Washington, $1. The Desautel's have 2 correct, and the Goods have 5 correct. The Goods are...
Yes, well, we'll see you again then next week. I don't know what week it'll be. It must be around the 12th week then next week. 13th week, yeah. Well, congratulations again. It's really a great compliment to your general knowledge of just about everything.
And now here are Edgar and Mortimer with tonight's Nerdism.
Mortimer, one of our listeners wrote in asking your opinion on the Tideland question. What is your thinking on the Tidelands?
Well, I think it ought to be untied right away.
Very well, I'll take that. Well, it's time to say goodnight now. And just a reminder, this is the modern way to buy L&Ms. Buy the carton. Saves you money, and you won't run out of that full, exciting flavor. See you next week.
Contestants on Do You Trust Your Wife are flown to Hollywood on United Airlines. United, famous for its DC-7 red carpet service, non-stop coast to coast.